Let's now give the reasons in a very, very carefully laid out way for the following argument. So here we're given a line segment, and we're told that this line segment AC has a length that's equal to 5x plus 11. There's a point B in between, and the length from A to B is given by 2x plus 1, and the length from B to C is given by 6x minus 5. And the question is, let's see if we can figure out what x is. And so someone's already done all the algebra for us, and I want us to give the rationale for the algebraic proof. So let's take a look at the first step. The first step, this person notices, is that the length of AC is equal to the length of AB plus the length of BC. And what's the reason for that? What's the rationale for that? Well, that's right. You guessed it. It's the segment addition postulate. The segment addition postulate is that reason. So we'll slide that over. The next thing we have is, well, what's happening here? Well, we're substituting in. So here we take that length of AC, 5x plus 11, and actually insert it here. And so we're going to now substitute this for here and this for here. And so what's that? Well, that's nothing more than, that's right, the substitution property of equality. The substitution property of equality. I'll slide that over here. Great. And what's the next step? Well, the next step is just to combine some terms and simplify a little bit. So in fact, that's exactly the next step, is just to do a little bit of algebraic simplification. No problem. And then what do we do next? Well, what we do next is we try to collect all the x's to one side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 8x on both sides. And that, of course, is nothing more than the subtraction property of equality. So we use the subtraction property of equality to subtract 8x from both sides. No problem. And then what happens? Well, now I want to subtract 11 from both sides to get the 11 off of here. And that, again, is the exact same reason. It's just the subtraction property of equality. Great. Slide that into the reason section. And finally, last thing is to divide both sides by -3, so we get the answer x equals 5. And that, of course, is nothing more than good old-fashioned division property of equality, that we can divide both sides of the equality by -3, and we still have an equality. So those are the reasons for each of these steps in this algebraic proof.